This is magic. Okay, gonna be playing YouTube videos. First, I'm gonna play Roll24, then Booth24, and then I'm gonna play A Love Letter to Solar Woman by Claire Knockby. And then I think afterwards I'm gonna play. I'll load into an actual game, and we'll see how we do. All right, ready to go. Ready to go. Ready to go.
Collectives combine and reflect. Combined and refract dependently maximization of pooled resources involved incorporate communes. Incorporate communes. Stable vibratory privatized source of renewability, inverse absorption, solidifying ether particulate.
Allegedly.
Intellectual activation, light with returner interacting simultaneously, particle recollapse, moisture regeneration. Philanthropic compassion, equilibrium directed, enhancing immersive qualities, producing confidence. Venus, cultivated limitation exercised pragmatically, emanating superiority to rest, hierarchical self-disposition. Temperate identity, professionally maintained, lucratively, hard work, focused, materially successful, obtaining results. Elemental ratios dictating reciprocation, perfect sensual interaction, establishing a reference. Outwardly, references, establishing references.
More rest.
Not disrupting.
Less rest?
A host of. Or insert, they're trolling me. Okay,
I'm trolling myself.
Cultivated limitation exercise pragmatically, emanating superiority to rest. Temperament identity, professionally maintained, materially successful, obtaining results. Materially successful, obtaining results. Elemental ratios dictating reciprocation, perfect sensual interaction, establishing reference. Outwardly.
What's with all these 7,000
collectively permeable atmospheric environment, invoking monadic states, transforming sensual experience. Innovative electromagnetic institutions, mirrored introspection, initiate spirals, relative expression of eternal power, infinite competence expressed excellently, reticulating light waving heavy light metals,
I got chicken bake,
signature chronologically, solidification in mass, and stimulating outward pressure, fully enriched possession of characterization.
Let's just
vision cultivated, developed experience, inverse shadow words enjoyably. Inverse shadow words enjoyably. Cultivated euphoria, expansively evolving, perpetually involving divinity. Attractive incorporation, oversupplied throughout electromagnetic.
I hear that though.
Desensitized objectivity, directed materialistically, radicalizing agency. Entrusted authority, electing dualistically eternal governance. Expansive densities, replacing warp purifications, mutability guarantees infinite potential. Desires echo differentiation, allows deification. Determined sustenance, artfully engaging, re-editorializing applications of universal will. Devotional symbolism transcended through pre-established nobility as self-allowance and served unilaterally. Unfamiliarity navigated, advanced before becoming. Urgent reproductive fertility consumes resourcefully. Unbelievable wealth resupplied. Social stratification exalts respect. Liberating power and positive intention. Critical oriental discourse propels warping between each other. Accepted plurality humiliates. Polarized agents bonded, invisibly tunneled, connecting to light cast. Generational solution for problems solved. Pulling occult energy magnetically. Amplified stability harmonizes innately, allowing standardized deviation. Induced heredity, impressed systemically, retained confidence, accessed, applied faithfully, expectantly.
Oh man, it's such a good one.
Aggressive recklessness.
I have to get back in shape
Successful
for
and spiritually growing, always indulged. Evolved, expressional taste, corporate flavor.
Being competitive is so hard, bro. Because
Naturally,
the
light
world will give you an
communication,
opportunity to be competitive, and then you have to take it seriously, and then you have to work hard, and it's like, no.
Perfecting heaven eternally.
Literally, no.
Intertwining divine elements therapeutically indulged.
I'm already working on it.
Pivotal encroachment. Inviting possibility transcends. Vibrationally rendered expanse upward. Grounding forces. Dictating currency organically, directly accessible borrowed strength. Propagating emptiness. Rehearsal originally finished, succeeding powerfully.
I know at least 5
observational bonds. Magnified expression of fulfillment. Inter-omnipotentiality. Taylor. Material and spiritual pursuits, evolutionary expression, redefined needs, ideal entertainment, material and occult studies, accomplished goals, work hard, adore symbolism, procedural enjoyment, communication enhanced, jugglery of words, amp resonant frequency, perfection moments are. Emotionally atangential, relation resistance, and animate innately. Enjoy free comfort. Do it. Enjoy free comfort. Do it. Enjoy free comfort. Enjoy free comfort. True combo. It's true. I promise. Spirited purification, sensually establishing somatic escalation. Light and shadow, massively manifested space. Perfection, tension, and activity leads to expressible freedom. The medicinal essence of connection. Nitrogen. Clever. Allow clarification of perfection electromagnetically. Shadows emanate, revealing a predestiny. Leo, Cancer, Gemini. Moments. Community, tutoring, scientific ability, deliberately empowering ripples, forward progress circumstantially. Practice makes practice. Let me say it again for those in the back. Material spiritual pursuits, evolutionary expression, redefined needs, ideal entertainment, material occult studies, accomplish goals, work hard, adore symbolism, procedural enjoyment. That's what symbolism is. It's procedural enjoyment. Communication enhanced, jugglery of words, amp resonant frequency, perfection moments are. Emotionally atangential, relation or resistance, animate innately, enjoy free comfort. Do it, you're welcome, do it. Experiential revelation, externalization, accelerating cellular processes dramatically. Applied medicine, performance enhancing. Managing or recording is a federally reserved. Objective direct approach of the serpent, leading intercourse, succeeding growth. Understanding necessary confusion, extreme expression generates populist fertility.
Sorry, I realized what profile picture I gotta change mine.
Experiencing truthful temperance, temporal freedoms, freeze completely, re-achieving modes. Surreal, unobtainable attainments, proven self-surpassable, consistently omniscient. Jupiter, shepherding souls between oneself, experiencing ourselves through infinite perspectives, allowing others. 7th house moment. And 11th house moment. Enthusing, 77,000 moment. Enthusing moment, allowing all. Perfect singularity as multiplicity, enigmatically infinite clarity. And then if you come this way, heavenly gate swept, deeply polarizing, pouring gains, glowing gravity, surpasses glory. Lovely O's. Unobtainable legionationally light fusing, hyperdensely fabricating, opt-intensely tensile. Everything highest, dominance reign. Supreme unlimited power exalts almightily. Prudence, Dragon Eye, maximum moment. Integrate functionally, tempering the untemperable.
How so?
Innovative prudence delivered respectfully. Devotionally repaying kindly. Healing gracious deity gates us. Leo, fear denied incorporates universally. Drones force toward universally willed sensually. Fierce, ambitious service calmly administered, combined communally, impress greatness always. Reciprocation of involved externalized selves, grouping compatible agents, entertaining the masses. Brevity. Four limitations conductive to prosperity allow courageous heroes rest. Materialization of offering. Frequency cyclically stimulates becoming the celebration, programming ambitious projections. Fullest collection, emptiness, contracted impulse, dissemination, divine command, indulgence. Infinite transparency naturally focuses, coloring inversely, joining waters, causing limitations.
At some point.
Nourish.
I'll go back and look at these chats or whatever.
And then we should go through the problem.
I just leave them alone. That's the only problem.
More like a pacer. More like a fitness growing pacer that's proud, familiarization, fundamentally conceptualized, nourished, spark, sustained, exponentially. Voluntary security, promoting benevolent and allowance, thorough perspective cultivation with comfort. Agent interactions, navigating joint spectrums, elemental condensation, intersynthesized continually. Interesting compounds, accessible overindulgence, integral functions determined comfortably, enrich. Opening into desire, composition. Vindicated passion, accumulating permanence in flow. Desire ex need. Partitioned, recyclical fusion, value, subjection, losing innocence, obligatory, discriminate. Familial empathy application. Preferable substitutionism, seducing harmonics, resonating dissipate. Set past temperance, optimized interdependence, cultivated perspective, entrenched. Will. Finish it. 11, nice. Inviting orders, allotment, maximism. Compose, promise, bring in rapture dependably. Express fundamental qualities magically. Reversed expression, considerology. Unilaterally behaves predictably. Leverage lack, Karka, leverage lack. Ration value, imagine exaltation. Will debilitated agents. Reinforce disassociationism. Mystical provisions, return divinity. Distributional alchemy, expect rulership, surf retrograde.
GA.
Scott of Mahas to see another one for the other channel. In order that, did I do Funarasi first? I probably forgot to say yes, Funarasi again.
Literally.
Plan was to do it twice, so let's Funarasi again. I just went. Collectives combine and refract dependably encoded. Maximization of pooled resources involved in corporate community. Stable vibratory privatized source of renewability. Inverse absorption solidifying ether particulate. Intellectual activation like returner interacting simultaneously. Particle recollapse, moisture regeneration. Philanthropic compassion, equilibrium, directed, enhancing, immersive qualities, producing confidence. Guys, slowing down the video, guys. Put it to 0.25 speed if slowing more down is so important. Do it. Leverage lack of being the Karaka that random. In order, it was Punarvasu. Well, now and earlier, right? I think it was Punarvasu, Pushyami, Ashlesha, Magha, Purva, Bhadrapada, Swati, Mula, Hasta Mula, Uttara Bhadrapada, Shravana, Danishta, Shadabhashaka, Rohini, Bharani, and then Jeshta, and then Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Thank you.
Thank you also for that. You're welcome to that TED Talk. I think I cooked.
Or a Maui tortilla, bro.
I hate redoing videos.
Oh.
In Punarvasu Pada 2. Sun in Shadabishaka Pada 4. Ascending in Bharani Pada 4. Okay. Shadabishaka. Reciprocation of involved externalized selves. Grouping compatible agents. Entertaining the masses. That's Pada 4. Innovating prudence. This is Pada 1. Innovating prudence. Delivered respectfully. Devotionally. Repaying kindly. Healing gracious deity gates up. Fear denied, incorporated.
Me and Dalen are both training for Genesis now. I mean, I thought that's what we've been doing, but Dalen is official.
Fierce, ambitious service, calmly administered, combined.
Maybe that's a secret. Is that a secret?
Greatness always.
Well, all the Pisceans know that. Can't you secret from the Pisceans?
Agents, entertaining the masses.
The Virgos, and then they gotta tell the Virgo. They gotta tell basically the Taurus.
Successful and spiritually growing, always indulge. Right. Evolved expressional taste, incorporate flavor ubiquitously.
Right. That's it. That makes sense.
Incorporate light communication, spectral humor. Learn currencies, instance. Affliction, perfecting heaven eternally, intertwining divine elements therapeutically in gold.
Yeah. Saturn.
Gotta go fast. Okay. Morality and ethics.
Oh, I didn't watch any anime.
Flawless, enthusiastic perspective, fixing ambitious needs interpersonally.
So then
systemic prudential processing applicant. Systemic in-pruning, minimally maximizing effortlessly. Debatably rejected advisors, mental exorcism, comfortable constitution.
With the James.
Counseled, predetermined auto-separation, secretive power immortalizes compatibly, fortuitously. Nuclear relative composition, sensorially rewarding sacrifice directly, retraction and recontraction, solves harmony electromagnetically, fixed allowance, intercept resounding generations, cast dreamless masses, conserving vitally elusive. Cast dreamless masses, conserving vitally elusive, dense vibratory data sequence, intercourse, makes love devotionally, approach, interfractalizing luminaries, deliver frequently.
No one's death.
Wait, what did that mess up? Oh, rewarding sacrifice directly. Holy crap.
That working.
Let's check.
Heavenly armies prudentially fight lovingly, ever reproducing heaven on earth. Limitation utilized optimally, exalts debilitated perspectives helpfully. Universal constants frees monadic consciousness from self-isolation. Infinite capacity distributed atemporally communes community.
It's literally cool.
Co-enter reanimation, dancing with still images, presenting romance, compatibility, partnered reciprocal love brought out seamlessly, collecting detailed expression, communing, externalized obligations, progenerative descendants known, thoroughly applied sensuality, identify lustfully. Refusal necessitated, fixing cardinal mutability uniquely, predictive investments, reflect integral purpose. I had to redo this. Okay, composed promise. Composed promise. Bring in rapture dependably, express fundamental qualities magically. The reversed expression, diconsiderology unilaterally behaves predictably. Leverage lack. Ration value. Imagine exaltation. Will debilitated agents reinforce disassociationism? Mystical provisions. Return divinity. Distributional alchemy. Expect rulership. Serve retrograde.
Allegedly.
Contracted education, learned intention of helping community gain credibility systemically. Cultivated awareness, competing with logical relays, synchronizes systemically, integrating publicly. Literally, fear produced limitations, challenge, alchemical gold, our process, biological reformation. I think that's air and earth. Air and earth, the sun and Mercury. I wrote that down for some reason. Forms cast oppositely, fight to interdole.
This guy didn't stick
rotated
it
and
on.
transported water thoroughly supports collective. Experiential revelation, externalized.
Yeah, ostensibly.
Experiential
Ostensibly
revelation,
is
externalization,
allegedly
accelerating cellular processes dramatically.
Oh my god.
Applied medicine,
Dramatic?
performance enhancing,
Dramatic.
finishing recordings,
It's
federally
usually
reserved,
dramatically.
and research. Type. Objectives, direct approach of the serpent, leading intercourse, succeeding growth. Understanding necessary confusion, extreme expression generates populous fertility. Diaggressive recklessness, materially successful and spiritually growing, always indulge. Evolved expressional taste, incorporate flavor ubiquitously, harmonize ideals. Naturally light communication, spectral humor. Learn currencies, instance. Affliction perfecting heaven eternally, intertwining divine elements therapeutically engulfed. Expansive self-obedience, intellectual self-generosity, self-conceptually refining meditation. Mars is Aries, Aries is Mars. Wonder actively establishing idealistic reformation. Promotional excitement.
Sun ruled nakshatras, by the way. Uttara Falguni, Uttara Shada, and Kritika.
Proportionate, expansive rupture, delivering auspicious establishment. Reciprocal involution process willingly zipped into manifest comfort. Fertilization threshold met. Okay, there's two changes between Ashwini and Agni because it's the you need combat interest. It's combat interest. Okay. Proud familiarization.
Yeah, Denise, make sure to write down that chat.
Exponentially. Voluntary security, thorough perspective cultivation, agent interactions, navigating joint spectrums, elemental condensation, intersynthesized, solarly, intersynthesized continually to the interesting compounds, accessible overindulgence, integral functions determined comfortably, enriched. Okay. Biologically induced impulse, simplification, coordinating, environmentally hard wiring, beautiful art, discernment, intentionally woven density, reproducing all chemically solar principles, cyclically bonded structures, social, energetically dense and potent convenience, preferring diversification, relative rival reference. Intellectual, transparent revelation, fundamentally reincorporating spiritually infinite potential.
Nice. Total
Curiosity, desires, cultivated perspective, explores adventurously, allowing renewal, retro consistently. Calm, relaxed, indulgent, materially generated distractions, retraced electromagnetically, purposefully auspicious. Material conditioning, force mastery, spiritual energy moments, ordained homeostasis, special public relativity, ambition and frustration, intensifying storm, unrevealing issued systemic updates, alchemical incorporation, research omnipotent, inertial peak vortex gyroscoping, provisionally universal radial material collection.
If I'm not with you.
Dissolving omniscience, omnikinetic, omniscience, omnikinetic material recollection, fixing identity communally, activating preferred material conduction. Passionate sensitivity, privileged impulse to help, selective non-reactivity, embracing collective identities, dissolving storms, conducively
we could warm up my walk
environmentally resulting in positive Saturnian results, societally charitable. Holy crap, I'm gonna run this in.
They get sought, thankfully.
Thankfully,
Comparison landscape
it gets
demanding promotes distinctive strength. Charges responsive.
Thankfully, I saw it.
Methodology grinding cells activates powerful qualities. Obedient practice improves experience. Functionality. Willfulness intends resourcing application. Recursive mentalism compounds
gains fully.
Dedication. Confident advice creating lucrative circumstance. Intersystemic engineer knows compassion. Timeout. Intercharging cloaking undesirability, beautifully, accountably, questions inherently, pleasure, Virgo, inviting trustiness, develops every opportunity, self-redevelopment,
it's right or wrong.
abundances, clear lenses, projects, timeless communion,
chicken bakes.
Relationships formed contractually obligating, unwell pressure, released faithfully, promises glorious adventure, unimaginable riches, discovering Saturnian. Experiential revelation, externalization, accelerating cellular processes dramatically. Applied medicine, performance enhancing, finishing recordings, federally research. Objective, direct approach of the serpent, leading intercourse, succeeding growth. Understanding necessary confusion, extreme expression generates populous fertility. It's more of a podcast. Reproject liminal impressions dualistically, infract and re-reflectively evolving identity. Inter-evolutionary. It's an inter-evolutionary.
Okay, well, the air fryer was on toasting mode, so I have to wait another 45 minutes.
It's inter-evolutionary, this reflecting evolving identity.
Set a timer for 45 minutes, please.
Identity purposefully. Okay. Expansively enrich patterns. Magically inducing euphoria. Timely and enjoying utility. Change over time. Intellectually dynamic sequencing. Instantaneously developing unanimously interpreted pathways. Somatic integration, molding societal impressions efficiently, determining preferable exalted outcome. Outcome. Singular. Okay. Opening into desire. Composition vindicated. Passion accumulating permanence in flow. Desire and desire X need. Partitioned recyclical fusion. Value subjection, losing innocence, obligatory discriminant. Obligatory discriminant. Familiar empathy application, preferable substitutionism, seducing harmonics, resonating dissipate. Set past templates, optimized interdependence, cultivated perspective, entrenched. Wills. Oh, I got through it.
Oh, Lord.
I'm gonna get through it all, to be honest. Okay. In order, those nakshatras were Shadvishaka, Purva Bhadrapada, Purva Shada, Anurata, Uttara Shada, Purva Falguni, Jeshta, Uttara Falguni. Uttara Bhadrapada again, Purva. No, sorry. Uttara Bhadrapada, then Purva Bhadrapada, then Rohini, then Mrigashira, then Ardra, then Chitra, then Uttara Bhadrapada, then again. Then Ashvini, and then the last one was Bharani. So that was my first little that was actually kind of my custom. So I added some custom combos. Shadow Wizard Money Game. We love casting spells.
Is that
Hi guys, it's Claire Nocti. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Here I explore astrology through a different lens, what I call intuitive counseling, tracing how archetypal forces move from people and into their art, where deeply revealing patterns emerge again and again. In 2007, film critic Nathan Rabin coined the term manic pixie dream girl to describe the common film trope of a, I quote, brooding, soulful young man being saved from depression and ennui by a fantasy woman who sweeps in like a glittery breeze to save him from himself, then disappears once her work is done. Today, I'll be following the hidden astrological thread of these characters and how those channeling these archetypes are dominated by two astrological placements, both ruled by the sun. Uttara Falguni and Uttara Ashada Nakshatras.
When the day is grey and ordinary, Mary makes the sun shine bright.
Oh, honestly.
Oh, happiness is blooming all around her. The daffodils are smiling at the dawn.
His character type is often criticized for her lack of interiority, her one-directional influence, her tendency to vanish the moment that she's fulfilled her narrative function. But there is a deeper, ancient logic to this pattern that modern criticism tends to overlook. All of this echoes something far older than film. The Manic Pixie, the Muse.
So in Roland Pollard, it was like a spiritual thing. You know, I was
The Beneficent Trickster, and the spectrum of related feminine figures I'll be exploring are embodiments of an ancient motif, the visitation of a luminous, transitory presence who stirs life and joy into beings who have gone dormant.
Study online.
This is an archetype that flows directly from the human heart and its devotional impulse to be awakened, renewed, and continually drawn into the play of life.
I'm looking at her, and she is so beautiful. I can see it. Just one moment when you know you're not a sad story. You are alive.
No, I thought. That's such my favorite music. Strong word.
To quickly first tie back to my last video on Utara Faguni. The counterpart to the Manic Pixie Dream Girl, the male version, writes Anna Brislow, is the self-mythologizing, free-spirited dude who's determined to make your life magical, whether you want it or not.
show you.
Of all the characters labeled Manic Pixie Dream Boys, Jack Dawson is cited the most. Played by Utara Falcone ascendant Leonardo DiCaprio.
Drink cheap beer. We'll ride on the roller coaster till we throw up.
Because he's a very conscientious student, Pudge has been deprived of many wonderful Boulder Creek experiences, including, but not limited to, drinking wine with me in the woods,
And we'll ride horses on the beach, right in the surf.
going out late at night and lying in the dewy soccer fields and reading Kurt Vonnegut books by moonlight. It would be lovely to sleep in a cherry tree, all silvery in the moonshine, don't you think?
Oh, yes, it would.
As I outlined in my last video on this nakshatra, he's a freewheeling figure with very little personal development or backstory, who enters Rose's life and reconnects her with her joy of living and her authentic spark.
They've got you trapped, Rose, and you're gonna die if you don't break free. Maybe not right away because you're strong, but someone related that fire that I love about you, Rose. Fire is gonna burn out.
And then, in perfect agreement with the Manic Pixie traits, as you'll see, dies at the end, essentially becoming infused into Rose's awakening. Another Manic Pixie Dream Boy most frequently mentioned after Jack Dawson is Ferris Bueller, played by Matthew Broderick, who can also have Utara Falcone moon.
Cameron Fry, this one's for you.
Ferris embodies almost every hallmark of the trope and the traits I explored in the Jack Dawson Aladdin video. He's a charming, cunning, rogue-minded young man, and his Manic Pixie qualities show in how he playfully bends the world around him, influencing and awakening everyone who encounters him while he himself remains fundamentally unchanged. His purpose in the narrative is especially the awakening and loosening of his stiff, depressed, anxiety-ridden friend, Cameron.
Pardon my French, but Cameron is so tight that if you stuck a lump of coal up his ass, in 2 weeks you'd have a diamond.
Cameron has the arc, Ferris is the catalyst. Another male version of this trope often mentioned is Tyler Durden, played by Utara Shutta Moon, Brad Pitt in Fight Club, and written by Utara Falcone Moon, Chuck Palahniuk. One article states Tyler is a dark, twisted play on the MPD girl trope. Beautiful and charming, wild and eccentric, unfettered by society's constraints, he dive bombs into the narrator's life for the sole purpose of turning it right side out.
I'm free in all the ways that you are not. You're looking for a way to change your life. You cannot do this on your own.
I wish to set you free.
There's even a popular Ferris Bueller Fight Club fan theory, which describes him as an evolved version of Ferris Bueller, with Ferris reinterpreted as a figment of Cameron's imagination, exists solely to jolt him out of his constricted life and stagnant mental patterns. A similar dynamic is found in I Love You Man, with Utara Falcone ascendant Jason Segel in the Manic Pixie role.
Let's have a good time. You look fucking stiff. Loosen it up a little bit.
He is a little stuffy, isn't he? I'm trying to loosen him up a little bit. I told told you, you're too stiff.
You say that too often.
If I thought I could make you angry, I'd say it again. I'm beginning to wonder if you're capable of having a good time. You're a very anxious person, aren't you, Kier?
So while actually many of the characters in my Aladdin analysis can easily be interpreted through a Manic Pixie Dream Boy lens,
Step up onto the ramp.
Manic Pixie Dream
Climb up on this.
functioning in the narrative mainly to help free and enliven their romantic partner.
Cameron. Okay, now, lean forward against the glass like this.
What am I doing?
Isn't that great?
To serve as a catalyst for their empowerment, women of this nakshatra step into these roles just as consistently and maybe even more distinctly so. For example, you can watch Uttara Falguni Rising, Rachel Bilson, in her role in The Last Kiss, receive the same disenchanted speech from a depressed partner that's echoed by the love interests of Uttara Falguni men in media like Titanic and Outer Banks.
I am 16, and I already know what the rest of my life is going to look like.
I saw my whole life as if I'd already lived.
I've been thinking about my life lately, and everything feels pretty planned out, you know? It's like I know everything that's going to happen.
I'm so boring.
I know.
Literally.
These pairings all emphasize how when one is becoming overwhelmed with feelings of monotony, it's precisely at this point that they begin gravitating toward Uttara Falguni energy, which enters a spontaneity, renewal, and unanticipated life force. The phrase Manic Pixie Dream Girl is a modern and often overgeneralized term, so I'm not treating it as a strict category.
Excuse-moi, Stevie. Essaye les comprendras jamais.
For this video, I'm referencing loosely to gesture or a recurring catalytic role that long predates the label. For women especially, Uttara Shada Nakshatra for this trope arises just as much. Uttara Falguni and Uttara Shada share various overlapping traditional significations, which indicates why they would especially share some film tropes as well. To consider the domination of these women over this trope, of course, what might come to mind first for many, and who makes its identification almost too easy, is the triple Uttara Shada actress Zooey Deschanel.
You're deeply associated with a certain kind of character, which is quirky, cute, a little nerdy.
Who didn't just play the role once, but was repeatedly cast into it until it became part of her public image. She basically became the human representative for the term.
You've been mislabeled an indie boy's dream girl. Do you bear in common?
Probably.
Whether each role was a deconstruction or reinforcement of the trope. Uttara Shada Moon Kate Hudson in Almost Famous is called by many critics a first modern Manic Pixie Dream Girl, and as recently as 2020, Uttara Shada's son Grace Vanderwaal in Stargirl was described by one critic as the most Manic Pixie Dream Girl who ever Manic Pixie Dream Girl, a descriptor very similar to one a critic wrote about Margot in Paper Towns, played by Cara Delevingne, who could have Uttara Shada ascendant.
Margot was different. Margot was special. Her life had become a series of unbelievably epic adventures.
Black folks really don't have a Manic Pixie Dream Girl that they can point to in television or film.
I've never heard this term before now. Manic Pixie Dream Girl. I have not watched it before. That's how Dalen Crossing met
Now, while Kate Hudson in Almost Famous is a majorly cited example, the film was written and directed by the Uttara Shada ascendant filmmaker Cameron Crowe, who also famously wrote and directed Elizabethtown, the movie that inspired the trope's defining and naming in the first place, as it follows a cheerful, optimistic woman who encounters a suicidal man.
Come on, give me your hand. You don't want to do this.
And she seems to shift into a mode of existing only for leading him back to loving and embracing life after a period of loss and grief.
Sadness is easier because it's surrender. I say, make time to dance alone. With one hand breathing free.
While those are modern, more hipster genre film examples, the pattern itself goes back much further. Uttara Falguni's son, Anna Karina, is described in a Jezebel article as a mess of dreamy contradictions, being whimsical, elusive, unknowable, and independent, which has earned her the moniker of the original MPDG. Uttara Falguni ascendant Jolie Andrews is a key typecasted example in earlier cinema too. Bustle described the manic pixie archetype as Mary Poppins but for grown-ass men, while The Atlantic called her role as Maria Von Trapp, the preeminent manic pixie dream girl.
Well, you see, the sky was so blue today and everything was so green and fragrant. I just had to be a part of it.
How could I possibly be expected to handle school on a day like this?
Both characters arrive out of nowhere, step into rigid, joyless households.
The Von Trapp children don't play, they march. Whistles, orders. No more music, no more laughing.
Introduce music and color and ultimately soften stiff patriarchs into more loving, joyful modes of being. For the Von Trapps, she comes after a period of grief.
You brought some music back into the house. I forgot.
Now going back even before these earlier cinematic examples, the archetype had already appeared in literature through two of its most iconic figures, Daisy Miller and Daisy Buchanan from The Great Gatsby. Both of these roles were brought to life on screen most famously by Uttara Falguni women, respectively Sybil Shepherd and Carey Mulligan.
I'm paralyzed with happiness.
Both are elusive, socially transgressive, hard to pin down.
I've never allowed a gentleman to dictate to me or interfere with anything I do.
And more symbol than person in the eyes of the men who project onto them. The article that I found that explores them as the literary manic pixies explicitly pair the two daisies with two modern iterations of the same pattern. Sam in The Perks of Being a Wallflower and Alaska in Looking for Alaska, both portrayed on screen by Uttara Falguni natives Emma Watson and Kristen Forsyth. I quote, Alaska was a prototype for the now ubiquitous manic pixie dream girl.
Think about it. It's colorful and complicated, a total mind fuck to figure out. It's me!
Miles falls deeply in love with her, but she, ever enigmatic, insists instead that he looks for the meaning of the existential labyrinth. You figure out what the labyrinth is, and how to get out of it, and commits herself to helping him get out of it. They enter a boy or man's life, reawakening something dormant in him, and then often slipping back into mystery or in some way being ready to disappear again, such as the way both Daisy and Alaska die after the transformations they spark, like Jack Dawson.
What's this?
And how Mary Poppins blows away with the wind once she's fulfilled her revitalizing purpose.
Goodbye, Mary Poppins.
As you may have noticed with the two daisies, even their names and descriptors keep circling back to light, the sun, flowers, summer, or spring. Daisy comes from the combination of the two words day's eye, given because its petals close at night and reopen with the sun.
You blossom in the sun, and me, and I come into my own under gray skies.
Character Alaska Young was obsessed with daisies, drawing them everywhere and having plastic daisies in her room. And Mary Poppins wears daisies in her hat.
I remember the day I met her. She had a daisy in her hair. Daisy.
Silly Daisy.
Don't call me that. I hate that name.
It's a beautiful name and a beautiful flower. A flower that grows in the wild. It's a survivor. A yellow sun, a yellow stone.
My name is Stardom.
500 Days of Summer makes its solar nature obvious in the title itself. Summer is literally framed as a season of warmth and brightness moving through a man's life.
Daffodils.
They're your favorite flower.
I ordered a beautiful bouquet of daffodils from a website after a few glasses of wine. So, Tom, I think you might be getting some daffodils too. Donna, you're definitely getting
Even
some.
the very first listing of these characters after the term was coined, the AV Club wrote, Manic Pixie Dream Girl, that sentient ray of sunshine sent from heaven to warm the heart. In general, they're often characters described with such wording, such as ray of sunshine. Can I help you? Alluding to their optimism and kindness.
She was the most beautiful young lady I've ever seen. It must have been.
What do you do? Oh, I'm doing really.
I don't know what to do.
I was Miss Amiability in Scottsdale, but, not really a big deal.
You are the queen of kindness and goodness.
Oh, Rose, you do good things. I mean, you are the kindest, most decent human being we know.
In Stargirl, Jerry Spinelli wrote, Stargirl's smile put a sunflower to shame, and when a Stargirl cries, she sheds not tears but light. She was bendable light. She shone around every corner of my day. She taught me to revel. She taught me to wonder.
You stand up and see the lights in the buildings and everything that makes you wonder.
In her presence, I threw my head back and laughed out loud for the first time in my life.
I've never been pleased in my life.
I like to make you say that thing.
These names and descriptions encode this idea that the sun-ruled woman is a visitation of light, a glimpse of warmth that reorganizes and enlivens the world around her and then moves on. And commenters pick up on this quality of Geet, played by Nupur Falguni's son Kareena Kapoor, in an iconic pixie film, Jab We Met, when the top upvoted comment is Geet is the human equivalent of sunshine. Such an archetype calls to mind one of the oldest feminine forces described in human mythology. She is the most celebrated and addressed goddess in the Rig Veda, with 21 hymns devoted to her. Usha is the goddess of the dawn.
Hell of a day for you to decide to sleep in. We're already behind schedule.
Wait, behind schedule for what?
Molly believes the creek that runs behind the school is connected to Miss Einsteiner. And she wanted to set the theory.
She is the dawn itself who heralds the sun and announces his coming, opening his gates. I quote, "She's the favorite object of celebration with the Vedic poets, and the hymns addressed to her are among the most beautiful, if not the most beautiful, in the entire collection."
Daisy Buchanan, the golden girl. Breathless, warm flow from her. Because she's like a warm piece of sweet Italian bread.
Nice.
I think she's just an amazing human being. Never seen anyone like her. The way she talks and looks. She wears these sunglasses, and when she takes them off, her eyes like the clouds tearing past her head. Sometimes I just want to cry looking at her.
Her Proto-Indo-European predecessor, Huesos, was likely, I quote, "one of the most important deities ever worshipped," as her qualities recur almost unchanged across cultures, such as in Greece as Eos, in Rome as Aurora.
Princess Aurora, she is indeed most wondrous fair, gold of sunshine in her hair.
Holy crap.
In Lithuania as Austrine, and in England as Eostra. The hymns praising her bring clarity to what the dawn truly is to the human psyche.
What do you think this is?
And read almost exactly like descriptions of the cinematic MPDG.
Fun, brash, spontaneous, beautiful.
Usha, as I quote, is consistently identified with the dawn, revealing herself with the daily coming of light into the world, driving away oppressive darkness, chasing away evil demons, rousing all life and setting things into motion.
I love how she makes me feel like anything's possible. Like, I don't know, like life is worth it.
She is, as one hymn states, the life and health of all things.
You're so great. You're like the most alive person I've ever met.
She seems to get such a terrific kick out of living. You've got to admire that, don't you, Paul?
Yes, yes. We did things and had friends and sang in rock bands and made life happen.
Awakening birds from their nests and being like a young housewife who wakes up all the creatures to send them off to their various duties, energetic and bustling.
You're not dying, you just can't think of anything good to do.
Come on, put your shoes on.
The dawn arrives forcefully, brightly, and almost intrusively.
I feel like complete shit, Ferris. I can't go anywhere.
I'm sorry to hear that. Now come on over here and pick me up.
The texts stress her assertiveness and forwardness. She pushes her way into a quiet, dark, dormant world.
She's kind of a wild character. She's a real force. She storms into people's lives.
Just as the manic pixie bursts into a static and lifeless narrative, chatty, disruptive, and impossible to ignore, often dressed loudly and colorfully, which reflects her personality too.
Am I talking too much?
All the way down.
Sometimes I talk too much. Am I
Wait,
talking too much? I can't seem to stop saying things. Like everything and anything I think and feel.
People are always telling me that I do, and it seems to cause no end of aggravation.
बोलती जा रही हो तुम्हें समझ में नहीं आ रहा कि मैं तुमसे बात करने में इंटरेस्टेड नहीं हूँ मैं नहीं करना चाहता तुमसे बात
Switching words is uptake hasn't suited to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just casual.
That was to get you to stop talking.
Oh, well, you failed because I can talk. Where's your kiss? I'm very talkative. You're gonna no. You think that's gonna work? Please, you can force me to do it.
Across the film, she's quite literally interruptive. She speaks fluently and articulately, long-winded, and with a strong vocabulary.
I shouldn't imbibe so copiously. Alcohol plays havoc on my cerebral neurons.
My adolescence would have no doubt been greatly enhanced by the anesthetizing effects of Fruit slowly through Strawberry Hill Rosé.
You don't sound like you're in high school.
People would laugh at me because I use big words, but they're exciting and descriptive words like
Nice.
Voice often continuing innocently and melodiously right over others' attempts to speak.
He said he wouldn't have lessons when we were in the cars. We were in the cars about half the time.
Oh, then how
You know,
could
the
he
newest
have?
lady we met in the cars, I think her name was Miss Southern. Perhaps you know her.
What's the new movement this season?
So when dawn comes, the world is still half asleep, reluctant, not ready for her brightness and color,
I saw
and the
that as
music
one.
that follows.
I am in a perfectly equable mood. I do not require being made to feel better.
Very much like how these characters initially clash with and have to almost force themselves upon stiff households or depressed protagonists.
Or just call for
Talk?
Sure. Talk about anything.
Oh my god.
Pick up the phone and just talk. Don't you ever get the urge to do that?
Not really.
She is like a ray of light onto closed eyelids, forcing them to open.
How does a lunatic like you help a guy like me?
You live in a box. I could lift the lid. Let some light in.
Seriously, I dated this guy and I was astounded
Oh,
at how
boy.
perfectly content he was living his life in this closed off little box.
Guess what's this name?
Oh, but visual.
There is no box. This is your comfort zone. It's this big
Extraction.
thing.
I believe you might. Okay, but I believe you might.
The ancient texts continue. She awakens men to life each day and makes everything appear as if it were born again.
You made me feel 10 years younger.
She releases men from their nightmares, sometimes literal, sometimes emotional or existential. She, with bright luster, is perceived dissipating the glooms.
So bad.
Okay, don't think of that. Let's try something else. What are your favorite things to do?
My favorite? Well, I like it when we're outside.
That's good. Like there's the beach and sunshine.
She is eternally young, renewed every morning, just as these Catalyst figure characters are often literally young girls or daughters, like both of the most famous Anne of Green Gables actresses, being Uttara Falguni. In films like Lily, Matchstick Men, Somewhere, and Heidi, the young sun girl steps into this revitalizer archetype.
And I am determined that I shall be obedient and dutiful and yet lively enough so as to lighten up the place after you've lived for so many years without the delights of a happy child scope of her imagination.
What's going on with you? You switch shampoos or something? Great.
Arrives like a burst of sunlight into a dark and muted environment, warming the stagnancy there and bringing a sense of renewal and rebirth to her lonely guardians.
Hatred, bitterness.
You haven't got any of those things, Grandfather.
Until you came to me, Heidi, they were all I had.
More importantly, even when the character is not literally young, they're depicted as perpetually youthful in spirit.
I'm not 17. I'm a grown-ass woman. I just regularly make childlike mistakes.
Always able to find the joy in things, living optimistically and spontaneously.
Absolutely no sense of the ridiculous.
I've noticed this. I've noticed it.
Like last Thursday night, you wouldn't
I've
walk barefoot
noticed
with me in
this.
Washington Square Park. Why not?
Simple answer was 17 degrees.
Exactly. It's very logical. It's very sensible.
What do we
but
want to
it's
do?
no fun.
She's spontaneous. She's ballsy. She has no clue what she's doing, and she doesn't care.
He's a runner. He's a track star.
What the hell is he?
We were riding horses in the rain. Don't let me.
उतरना चाहिए
ट्राई करना चाहिए बहुत मजा आएगा
एक सेकंड मुझे तुमसे कुछ पूछना था तुमने कभी किसी साइकियाट्रिस्ट को कंसल्ट किया
ओह शट अप
नहीं तुम्हें जरूरत नहीं थी
Look at ammo. I haven't seen a single person.
Yeah, green. Oh, fantastic.
Can you really not swim?
No,
So what'd you do up there?
You can never do anything by half. Do you understand that?
तुमने बचपन में ट्राई किया है ना बड़ा मजा आया था अब पागलपन
Don't half-ass anything, you know.
Through their playful, fresh, and vital way of seeing
Yeah,
the
they're
world,
boost.
turning even the most mundane daily tasks into fun and games.
Is a game, isn't it, Mary Poppins?
Well, it depends on your point of view.
It's been my experience that you can nearly always enjoy something if you make up your mind firmly that you will.
I love this
Focus
video.
on what's going wrong. There's always a way to turn things around, to find the fun.
Doubles.
Find the fun and snap. The job's a game.
And the hymns repeatedly emphasize something that appears in nearly every major film example.
I said I love the Smiths.
Are you kidding?
Whatever this goes.
She is the leader of joyous songs. Huesos was described as dancing across all cultures. I quote, Ushas throws on embroidered garments like a dancer. Eos has dancing places around her house in the east. And Aushrine dances upon a stone when summer begins.
Elle me fait penser à la musique, ton visage.
Just like the men initiated women into more movement and dancing in the Aladdin video, here in female form she stirs those around her into song and dance, initiating people into both enjoying music.
I made you like the best big city ever.
You know, I used to be popular before Sam got me some good music. So you be careful. She'll ruin your life forever.
Dancing to it and letting loose and singing when previously they'd been too shy.
Ella, she's the first person to get me on this stage in 15 years.
And you're really a terrific tenor.
Oh, you just saying that.
म्यूजिक से बड़ा पैशन नहीं था मेरे लिए.
Life खत्म हो चुकी है तुम्हारी.
Tell me your secret, Trey.
I desperately wanted to be a singer.
Those are all major consistencies across these works.
Okay, so I don't know.
Uttara Shada and Uttara Falguni are both labeled in ancient texts with many overlapping descriptors, such as favored, liked, grateful.
Why didn't you tell me how amazing the bus is?
Oh, isn't she lovely?
Green is my
Low
favorite
energy?
show.
Oh,
Green
no.
colored ponies and
I don't know,
crushed apple strudels. Ever so much nicer than taking the carriage, don't you? I have a passion for steamboats anyway. There's always such a lovely breeze in the water, and there are lots of people.
Doorbells and potatoes and shit with noodles. And man, I love your dress. It's adorable. Oh, this is
my God.
thank you so much. I love the way it curls.
I'm so bad. Oh, no.
Kitsuki meaning happy.
How bad?
Uttara Falguni specifically is described as Boki meaning one who is an enjoyer of life.
Je me sens vivant. Je laisse cela.
In both Jataka, Parijata, and Brihat Samhita.
The lake of shining waters. That's the right name for it. I know because of the thrill. The things ever give me a thrill.
I don't rightly know.
It refers to one who allows for sensual, embodied experiences.
Is that for some fun?
Nice freaking impulse. What was that?
सिर्फ हंसी खेल मजाक नहीं होती है जिंदगी की. लाइफ में सीरियस भी होना पड़ता है.
I think it might
They
be a bot lobby
gravitate
game.
towards simple, immediate sources of joy.
Should I be healing right now?
Music.
Oh, shield.
It'll set you free. Play, taste, light, sensation. Things aligned simply with the pleasure of being, rather than trying to find happiness through complicated material or social needs.
I am enraptured by this glorious landscape.
Just careful. Got everything I need right here with me. Got air in my lungs and a few blank sheets of paper.
This is also why they can be antisocial, dismissive of others' emotions, and distant.
This still there.
Je me suis établir de relations avec les autres.
The emotional intricacies of others can feel abstract, overcomplicating, or mentally dense to them when they already feel sustained by simpler forms of vitality.
En revanche, elle cultive un goût particulier pour les tout petits plaisirs. Plonger la main au plus profond d'un sac de grains, briser la croûte des crèmes brûlées avec la pointe de la petite cuillère et faire des ricochets sur le canal Saint-Martin.
These associations with joy, finding the joie de vivre or joy of living, is literal in the case of Amy Poehler's Inside Out character. She is an Uttara Shada Uttara Falguni native who personifies the emotion of joy itself.
Ned suddenly wanted to tell her everything. His fears, his dreams, and all the pure joy she had brought into his life.
It's the best day of my life.
Many of these Solar Catalyst characters also take the form of a beneficent trickster.
You lose a battle, but mischief always wins the war.
A character who reshapes the stagnant environment more quietly and discreetly, disrupting darkness through small, intentional acts of secretive altruism.
You think Cameron's gonna be okay?
For the first time in his life. He's gonna be just...
Walk one.
You knew what you were doing when you woke up this morning, didn't you?
Me?
I told you she was the tricky.
Stargirl and Amelie, played by Uttara Falguni ascendant Audrey Tautu, are the clearest mirrors of each other in this movie. Both move quietly through their worlds, being distant from those around them, yet impacting them deeply.
Incroyable, s'il vient de marier. Je vais être mon
Stargirl collects little details about people. She has walls of notes on birthdays, asks griefs and wishes for strangers in the town, and Amelie quietly watches all of the lonely strangers in her neighborhood. And they both use this hidden knowledge to carry out tiny interventions that nudge someone toward more happiness or connection.
You know, I think we both wanted to be with her. And she wanted us to be together.
This summer I'll sort of fling you two together. I'll push you in the linen closet and out to sea in boats.
You gave me something that I thought only existed in pictures.
What?
Well, suddenly, I'm the guy that wants to know everything and everyone, and I want them to know me. And I'm going to call my son.
Their magic here is subtle but calculated.
When you're with Mary Poppins, suddenly you're in places you never dreamed of. And quick as you can say, Bob, Drungle, the most unusual things begin to happen.
Like a clue left in the right place, or a gesture timed perfectly, a little gift, or a well-intentioned manipulation.
She tricked me into taking Jane and Michael to the bank. That's how all the trouble started. Tricked you into taking the children on an outing? Yes. Outrageous.
Anne in Chocolat, played by Utai Chardonnay, is essentially a sensual Mary Poppins, a comparison critics have frequently made. She arrives on the wind.
The wind has changed, sir. Seems to be coming in from a new quarter. So it is.
One winter day, a sly wind blew